So hello guys, in this video we are going to see how to install IDEA, IntelliJ IDEA, that is the IDE for Java in your Linux system, Linux machine, be it Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Kali Linux or any other Debian based distros. So let's just get started. So before jumping into the directly into the IDE, we need to download some file which are the basic prerequisites of this video. Maybe you don't know, but let me show you. First we have to download the IDE which we are going to install, IntelliJ IDEA download. So we'll go to the very first link. Yeah, so you can see here, this is for ultimate, this is for community edition. You have to go to Linux. Here are three options: Windows, Mac and Linux. So you have to go to Linux, you have to go for community edition, you have to click on downloads. So it will download this. Now it will start downloading it here. So you can see this is for something around 648 MB. So I have only downloaded since, so I will not download this. And the second thing which you have to wait, let me show where how to download it. See here, you can see this is I have downloaded, and the second thing which I have downloaded is JDK. Now let me show how you can download this. You have to go to google.com and you have to search for JDK for Linux. Now since JDK 8 is a kind of stable version, and the next stable version which has been released recently is JDK 14, so I'll go with JDK 14. Now it's up to you, whatever version you want to go, you can just go ahead with that. It's okay, that's not a very big deal. All the files are same, just 2-3 packages are updated in JDK 14, rest all are same in the JDK 8, so that's not a big deal. You can go here, click go to down and search for .dbn file, .deb file. Wait, it would be there, Linux rb I don't know, wait, I'll make sure to JDK 14 DB. So just click on JDK, type Google JDK 14 DEB, go to this website. Yeah, so this was exactly what I was talking about. This is something around 157.93 MB and you have to download this one. So just click on this one and click on I review, download JDK. Now it will take you to the something around login page. You have to log in with your Oracle account, and that is it. You will able to download it. I am not going to that because I have already downloaded this one here, this JDK 14. So now let's see what we can do with these two files and how we can run our first JDK or Java program in the IDEA, IntelliJ IDE. So we'll right click on this and we'll click on the very first option, open with software install. So since you can see this is basically a list of the theme which I'm using. I'm really sorry for that, but no worry, it would be visible, it will definitely be visible. You need to wait some time, I guess, or rather this is slow or what. Come on. Okay, so you can see here this JDK 14 option has already came. Now you can simply click on install. They will ask for the password. So here you can see that it is installing. See, wait, let me show you. Yeah, here you can see installing 20%, and that's how it will get installed. No worry. Yeah, we have to wait for some time, I guess, because this installation will take a bit amount of time, I guess. 80%. Okay, so you can see here it is installed. Now we are good to go basically to install the IntelliJ IDEA. So here you have downloaded the tar packages. You have to extract it here itself. So click on extract here. Here you will see the progress. So let's just wait for it to extract. Let me have a cup of coffee. That's a better option. Yeah. Well, I guess it's taking kind of time, but anyways, we have to wait. We'll have to wait for that. But this is kind of slow. It was unexpected. Yeah, so here you can see that I've successfully extracted this tar.gz file here. So you just have to go to the folder. You have to go to again the folder of idea. You have to go to bin. Then you have to right click on the mouse. You can click on open in terminal. So now we are in this folder, in this particular folder. Now what we have to do is we have to execute the .sh file, this file .sh file. So what we'll do is we'll type sudo dot front slash idea dot sh. That is it. Okay, so here it is there. Now let's just let me show you how we can install this one. Yeah, so here you can see import IT. Now since I don't have any previously installed ID in this Linux machine, because I've recently installed this one to make the video, so I'll click on do not import setting. Now since you have a good reason, or if you have a good reason to connect the previous account, like if you're working on some project kind of thing, then you can connect it to this one, or else you can simply go with do not import setting, click on OK. Now again, I've already told in the PyCharm video, I love the light edition. I don't like kind of go with dark edition. So I'll click on light, then I'll click next to desktop entry. So click on for all users. It will ask for the permissions, I guess, password they will ask for that. So click on next, click this one, click next. Now these are already installed. You can just enable this Android part, and that's it. Okay, I'm sorry that Android was enabled. Okay, so that's it. Now click on next, featured plugin. Now let me tell you what are the options which you can enable it for a better performance of this one. So the very first option which you need to enable is this one. Basically all the last four, and this is your optional. Gradiento is an optional. If you want to install, you can go ahead and install. If you don't want, that's your completely your choice, but I would recommend you to go with this one as well. You can click on this one to install, you can click on this one as well to install. Now Scala language, if you are working on something which is web app based, something like that, then you can go for Scala language. I don't prefer to go with this because I'm kind of not interested in that. I'm okay with machine learning anyways. So AWS toolkit, if you want to deploy something like your app, since this is an Java ID, this is not a JavaScript ID, so this is not needed at all. EduTool is completely your choice. If you want to go with this, you can go with this. If you don't want, it's completely your choice. I've already told it. So I'll not go with that. So I have gone with all these three, and this is completely your choice. Now since I'm saying to install, it's okay. That's not a big deal. That's not a big file size. So you can simply click on start using IntelliJ IDEA. Now what you can do is we can configure here from to create desktop entries. Well, that's already created. You can see here this IntelliJ IDEA. When you click here, okay, might be not visible to you. I'll show you IntelliJ. And okay, so you can see here this IntelliJ IDEA community is already created, so we need not do that thing. Now what we can do is we can simply click on new project, and he see here that this is the reason why I told to install this JDK 14 version. This is the reason why I told you to install that thing. So you can go with any of that. That's completely optional with you, and that's not a big deal. So since I've installed JDK 14, so I'll go with this one. You can download JDK here as well, but it's good to install that in your system rather than downloading for a particular IDE. Click on next. Now this is completely your choice. I don't prefer to make this. It will add commands and your public static void main and all, but I don't prefer to go with this one. This is completely your choice. So I'll untick this one. I'll click on next. Now here you can write hello world as a project name. You in the Java there is a restriction in the project name and a class name. In class name you cannot give a gap, but in a project name you can give a gap. And also we'll click on finish. Okay, you can close this one. So here you can see this is still under the root privilege. It still has a root privilege. It is still under the root permissions. So this you have to exit this, but before exiting you have to just create a project to ensure that it is successfully installed in your system. So you just have to create this as a class. You have to double click on this, or you can click this one, then click on src, right click, new Java class, then hello world. I hope it is clear till now. I hope it is seriously clear till now, because this is a super easy thing to kind of install. So you just have to write psvm for public static void main. Now it's completely your choice whether you want to write this whole or not. Public static void main, then string uh, arcs and all. So this is your choice, that's not a big deal, and I'll show you the shortcut. You can simply write psvm for public static void main, and it will automatically show the recommendation. But yeah, just let me tell you one thing before proceeding with this one. You have to check this thing, this part here. Okay, now here it is written indexing analyzing. Okay, so now it is done, so now we are good to go. You can simply I'll give you the shortcut psvm. Wait, enter. Wait, man, this is ridiculous. Okay. I guess you have to remove this one. PSVM, yeah. So when you click this, it will automatically write the public static void main. Now you can write SOUT is for shortcut for system.out.println. So you can see here, you will write HELO world and all. So this was it, and you can uh, no, not needed. Right click on this, run hello world main. It will print hello world. Wait, I'll show. Okay, so you can see here this is hello world is printed. So now we can just go ahead and exit this one. Now we can simply run it by using the icon, and this will not require the root privilege, that the sudo privilege or the admin privilege. So it needs the installation again, as I've already told in the PyCharm one. So click on next, click on take this one, click on next, install the last four as I've already told you. I don't want to extend the video much. Okay, so it is done. Now you can simply start using PyCharm IntelliJ IDE. Okay, so you can see here that the root permission is has disappeared. Now means we are basically accessing this PyCharm IDE from the system. So click on new project, and here the automatic Java version is already selected. I already told in the previous part of the video. Create project from template, it's completely your choice. I don't prefer to go with this one. Click on next, and this is our first program, new project name. Then first program we say hello to everyone, so we'll definitely go with hello world. Now if you are a Kotlin user, then you should go with this update option, whether you want to use this or not. But I am not a Kotlin user, so I'll ignore this update. I'll close the tip. I will click on project, make it full screen, no worry. Click on don't show again. All these pop-ups which comes here, just click on don't show again, or rather ignore that, except the one which is required, like something which is required, that is updates, or maybe interpreter scenarios or something like that. Double click on this, or you can click here as well. Click on src, click on new Java class, click on hello, click on class. This is done. Okay, so public class hello is created, and okay, I'm sorry. Click on psvm public static void main, so it will automatically write. But I have already told you until unless this part is completely, here you can see that it is indexing. Until unless it is tick marked or something like that, do not start the coding. or maybe compiling, because it may give you an error. Yeah, so let's just wait for this one. I don't want to like make it extended much. Okay, so you can see here this is a tick mark. Now we are good to go. So I already told you SOU taste for first model Pintel, and now we can write hello world, and your PyCharm IDE is sorry, IntelliJ IDE is ready to go for compiling of all the Java programs in your Linux machine. So here you can see hello world. So thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you liked the video, hope you understand something from the video, and if that is the case, then definitely give a like to the video. It helped me a lot to like. Okay, thank you so much for watching the video. There's no comments. Anyways, chalo, okay, bye.